Welcome to Oxford International Education Group's training on higher education, academics in the UK, Canada and in North America. I'm Farah Belak and you can contact me and my team on cursos@oxfordinternational.com for any questions. A bit about our company. Oxford International was founded in 1991 and started as a young learner provider for language courses and travel in the UK, and has now expanded to be one of the larger providers of education in the world, including a portfolio of summer schools, year-round language schools, independent high schools, and on-campus and off-campus university preparation and foundation courses, as well as teacher training. We welcome over 50,000 students annually and continue to grow. Today we'll be in the Academic Studies division, looking at higher education and pathways. We're going to start with the UK, where we work with 5 UK university partners. The way that this works is we actually have campuses within the campus of the university. Students have access to all the installations of the school, accommodation, gymnasium, library, and so on. They will be studying on campus from their first day, but the course will be run by Oxford International, however, is fully accredited by our university partners. And we will first look at how the system in the UK works, and then we'll go through each of the university partners that we have before moving on to North America. There's a few advantages to studying higher education in the UK, not least because of its prestige and recognition worldwide. The universities that are listed up here: Bangor University, University of Bedfordshire, Canterbury Christ Church de Montfort, are 4 of our university partners, and Oxford Tutorial College actually does provide a full pathway as well. So although we covered that in the academic high school department, it does cross over into higher education. In the UK, students can finish their undergraduate courses in 3 to 4 years, as opposed to 4 years plus a foundation in other countries. So it does actually work out as a time saver, which can also financially be beneficial. Masters are 1 year, not 2, and undergraduate courses do not have general education requirements as they sometimes do in other countries. Students immediately start studying what they want to on their course and complete their degree, therefore, in less time. A great advantage to studying in the UK is that when you come to do your course with us, you get the same visa usually for the duration of your study, so you do not need to return to your country every year or after your first year. And we do offer some scholarship options, so please contact us with any questions, although students do need to be aware that the minimum course, even with a scholarship, would be around $12,000 per year. One of the great advantages of studying in the UK is that you can work part-time, which is 20 hours per week, during the academic semester, and full-time or 40 hours per week during vacations, such as summer holidays and Christmas. A lot of students do choose to work in internships or take full-time positions during the summer, either in save or to get work experience. Despite having a reputation of being really expensive, studying in the UK actually can be quite affordable. Accommodation costs are very low, and something to bear in mind is that because we are based on campus and students live on campus, they very rarely need to use a car, and public transportation in the UK is very good. So there's no additional costs for transport. Most students have a bicycle or walk everywhere. So how this works is we offer essentially 4 options. The first is an international year 0, which I will show the progression of that. And that is essentially the preparation pre-undergraduate, which is a combination of English and academic preparation. So in North America, what you do in a pathway is you actually do only English and then you move on to academics. In the UK, you actually combine them from your very first day. An international first year is the one option that does not include English. This is for students who have finished in an IB or completely bilingual school, and they want to go straight into university, but they need a little bit of extra attention. Maybe they need to raise a grade, or they need help with their studying methods. We then essentially provide an incubation year for their first year, where they would prepare and go straight into their second year of undergraduate, which is a total of 3 years. And an integrated master's is similar to a year zero, but for a master's course which combines English and their academic study of choice. And they can choose, they don't need to do the whole year, they can choose between 1, 2, or 3 trimesters. Pre-sessional English is for students who do not quite reach the IELTS requirement and require 6 or 12 weeks of additional pre-studying English preparation. During this course, they do live on campus. They can again access all university facilities, but is focused primarily on English first, and then they move on to either year zero, the first year, or master's. International Year Zero, as I mentioned before, is essentially the most common option for international students. These are for students who have graduated high school from their home country and who have an academic IELTS of around a 5.5. They do, even if they do not have an IELTS at the moment, we can estimate their level. However, for the visa, they do need to apply for an IELTS and to sit that exam, and that will ensure that they have a visa for their entire duration of study. So as you can see here, this is a 1 year plus 3 years of university study, which would be 4 years in total. And this would be for all students who have English as their second language unless they have graduated from an IB school or have already completed their first year of university in their home country. These programs are offered in all of the partners listed above. We've also listed the cost here and some examples of courses that we do study, however, that we do offer for study. However, we do have extensive options for this International Year Zero. International First Year is offered in 2 of our partners, Canterbury Christchurch and De Montfort University, and this again is for students who have graduated from an IB school, are completely bilingual, or have already finished university, 1 year of university in their home country. It's the equivalent of the first year within their undergraduate, but it does offer a very personalised environment for students who do need a bit of extra care upon arrival, and it will allow students to finish their undergraduate in 3 years. In both of these undergraduate options, students do have the right to work from their first year, so from year zero in the International Year Zero or from International First Year in this case, and that again is 20 hours a week or full-time during the summer, and again all students would live on campus during this time. The pricing for the International First Year and for Year Zero is very similar or the same, and we again have an extensive list of options that students can take. Integrated Masters is slightly different in that students can choose 1, 2, or 3 trimesters. It's not obligatory for a full year, but it is for students looking to do a Masters and do not have an IELTS sufficient, which would be a 6.5. Integrated Masters does combine English with their chosen master's course, and again, even if they did a full year of integrated masters, they would then do a total of 2 years study, but it can also be 1 year plus 3, 6, or 9 months, and again, students can live on campus and work from their first day. All universities we work with do offer on-site accommodation, which again is walking distance from our building. And the cost is extremely economical. It can come in around $7,500 US dollars a year. Meals are not included. However, in their accommodation, they do have shared kitchens where they can prepare their meals. And in some campuses, we have private bathroom as well as studio options available. A little bit of information here about scholarships. You can see that we do offer up to £4,000 per year scholarship, and that would be throughout their entire study. We also offer some financing options for their first year, but even without any scholarship options, the price is very competitive when you look at the cost of living and the right to work against some other options available. The integrated masters is costed per term. Again, it's very, very similar pricing to what we would look at in the International Year Zero and International First Year. Moving on to our partners, we're going to start first with Bangor University, which is in Wales. You can see here it's in the north of the country, and something really great about this destination is you can actually take a boat over to Dublin, which students really enjoy doing. Bangor University is situated in the city of Bangor. It's really ideal for students looking for a university town experience. It's very outdoorsy with lots of activities such as hiking, kayaking, water sports, and surfing. It is located near Snowdonia National Park, which is absolutely beautiful, 25 miles of mountains and rivers. So this really is a more peaceful setting for students who want a very high quality education in a more rural setting. The entire town is built around the university, so it really is a complete student experience. Bangor University is extremely highly ranked and regularly receives top ratings for quality of life, student satisfaction, employability, and cost of living. It's very recognized for its business and psychology as well as IT degrees, and regularly comes up top for student life. This again is a great option for students looking for a very focused high-end degree, but again, very affordable cost of living and beautiful setting in Wales. Here is a very long list of some of the options we do offer. Remember, this option does not have an international first year, so this is for students doing year 0, which would be the 4-year degree or an incorporated master's. And we have everything from business to marketing, law and management, film, psychology. Again, psychology as an undergraduate ranks very highly. Something to note here on the incorporated masters, we do offer extensive finance and management, as you can see, in both MA and MSc option. We have options in Islamic banking and finance, which is increasingly in demand in international banks who need to learn how to do banking with Islamic countries, which operate on a completely different form of financing as they do not accrue interest. So this is a very interesting option for students who are looking for a career in international finance and banking. Again, this is a photo down by the pier to give you an idea of its idyllic and very beautiful setting. Moving on to De Montfort University. De Montfort University is located about an hour from London on train. You can also access a lot of other cities in Northern England, such as Liverpool, Sheffield, direct trains up to Edinburgh as well. So it's really, really well located. And because it is outside of London, it is very affordable to live here. We have residences from as low as £99 a week, which is around $125. And those are on campus with shared kitchens. This is a university that is rising very quickly in the rankings. It's got extremely high employability rate and is very recommended for students who want a very hands-on style of learning with plenty of work opportunities and internship options. We have some of the best programs for art, architecture, fashion design, and technology, including some very specialist programs such as technology design for working for like cars, for example. And we regularly have recruitment fairs on campus, which offer students opportunities to apply for jobs, and many social options on campus for student interaction. The facilities we have a lot of new facilities on campus, a lot of investment going into De Montfort University, and it is getting a lot of attention at the moment for some of the students who have done extremely well in the fashion and design world, as well as, of course, Leicester football team, which won the European Premier League this year. We have an extensive list of international year 0, international first year, and incorporated masters. Here are just some of them, as you can see here, as well as art and design, which we're very well known for, business and law. We have some fantastic media options such as film studies, animation, music technology, journalism. So really, we can cover most subjects here. Something that is very unusual that we offer is biomedical science, which would serve as an undergraduate degree for students looking to go on to do medicine, which most universities cannot offer for international students. Part of De Montfort University, we actually offer an accelerated foundation program, which we run out of our London Central English School, but we have a section of the school dedicated just to this option. And this will give you the foundation or the first year certificate, but in 6 months' time. What it does is it essentially compacts the course into 6 months, which means students do not need to apply for a visa. If they successfully complete this, they can go on to do their undergraduate in business studies, and if they want to apply to another university within our group, we can help them do that, or of course any university they are welcome to apply to. The price is the same as it would be a full year in De Montfort University. So this is an off-campus option, and students can choose from accommodation that we would offer within our language schools. So please contact us for information on that. And because it is a separate course and is not run under the same visa, this one does not allow students to work until they enter their course on campus. Moving on to Canterbury Christchurch University, again it's located less than an hour, around 50 minutes from London by the seaside. It is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the UK, the city of Canterbury, because it has one of the oldest cathedrals in Europe, dates back to 536 AD, and is an extremely beautiful, peaceful seaside town, but is a real university town. Again, there's quite a few universities here, as well as summer schools and high schools, so it's a real student environment. Canterbury is the other option where we can offer international first year and year one. We have extensive studies, again, mostly in business and finance. So a course that's quite interesting here, which very few universities offer, is forensic investigation. So if you have students looking for a legal career in the police force, for example, this could be quite interesting. And we do cover psychology and law. In the master's side, we really do focus more on business and finance and wealth management. And we do also offer an extended TESOL teacher training course here, which would also come with experience. Our next partner is University of Bedfordshire. This campus is actually located in London Luton, which is east of London, near Luton Airport. It's about 30 minutes from London by train. Because it is a little bit outside the city centre, it does offer quite affordable living for students wanting to have all the benefits of studying in London, and is also a very safe option. Something that is interesting about University of Bedfordshire is students can actually take terms here. They do not have to complete a full year, so they can study in what's called block learning, which is subjects last about 6 weeks and are compacted into that time. So students do intensive study and then an exam per month and a half or 2 months, unlike other universities where you would study for a full year and then take all your exams at the end of that 1 year. Here we offer the incorporated bachelor's, which would be a year 0 here, and you can see the extensive list. Again, a lot of focus on accounting and finance and computer science. However, here we do also offer a sports option, as well as events and hospitality and football. So it could be an interesting option for students looking to study in sports or sports management. And we do, again, offer a lot of business and computing on the master's side as well. To give you an idea of pricing per year does run from around £12,000 to £14,000, depending on what it is that they're needing. Start dates for all of our partners are September, usually January, and usually in March, although we do have a few different start dates which we can advise you on depending on the course that your student is interested in. Moving on to our BTEC diploma option in Oxford International, we do discuss this in our academic studies high school talk, so please refer to that for further information. But to give a summary, this would be an option that is not on campus. This is run in the city of Oxford in our Oxford Tutorial College. Essentially, it's like a high school option. However, this is a full pathway for students looking to go into business. It is a course-based option, which means that it doesn't have an exam at the end, although we can include an A-level here. The benefit of doing this option would be you can apply to any university, not just one of our partners, and it runs for a year in the city centre of Oxford. Please do refer to our academic high school presentation for more information on Oxford International Pathway College. That sums up our options at the moment for the UK. What we're going to look at now is our pathway options in Canada. In Canada, as I mentioned previously, they do operate slightly differently. A pathway in Canada is 100% language focused, and then you move on to a college or university of your choice after. So during your studies, you're not actually combining your undergraduate or postgraduate course, you are focusing primarily on English. We run this in our language schools, which are branded as Eurocenters, and we have a campus in Vancouver, Toronto, and in San Diego. What is a pathway? Essentially, a pathway is ensuring that all of our students have the language skills necessary to move on to higher education. What we have are a list of university partners who accept our certification in place of a TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS. It means that students do not need to take a language exam to enter into that course. There are exceptions, but we would help students along the way with that. The benefit of studying a pathway in Canada is we can accept students any week of the year. We have start dates every Monday, and they can apply to any partner's school that they wish, as well as any other school in Canada or in the US. Here are a few of the partners that we work with within Canada and the US. We do have many more, so please be sure to contact us if you have a student with questions. Courses are offered in the same way that our language courses would be offered, so please refer to our English language presentation for more information on that. In Canada, we do offer 50-minute lessons, 20 of which run in the morning, and then you can choose 5 or 10 in the afternoon. So it means you have the option of 20 or 30 lessons per week, which run out of the school. And we do have a guide of length of study. For students who do not already have a sort of intermediate level or above, we again can put them on the general English course, and then they can move on to pathways when they're ready. This is a guide for the application process. So first of all, you apply through us. I then advise what program would be best for you. You can complete your application for studying English with us, and then you can also submit your application for the pathway partner of your choice. You will then receive a conditional offer from the pathway partner, which will say you are accepted in a course, for example, in graphic design, but you need to achieve X level of English within Eurocenters with Oxford International, and then we would get you to that level, and then you would apply for your study permit within Canada. Once you have a study permit, you can work. So during the pathway or the language part of your course, you cannot work, but you can do once you enter the college. There are 2 types of academic study. There's a 1 to 3 year college, which would offer usually an associate degree or a diploma. Some of these can be transferred into a university, and some of them would be kind of a standalone degree. There's also career college options, which are 2 months, and these often come with internship options. So you would study English, then you'd move on to a career college, and then you would do an internship as part of your course, which could be paid or unpaid. And then there's the traditional route, which is you study with us and you enter straight into a university study of up to 4 years. These options all offer 20 hours per week working. For the US, we run this in San Diego, and again, what you can do is study language with us and move on to a community college, which is up to 2 years. This, a lot of students choose to do to save costs, because from the community college, you can transfer your credits often to state schools and finish from a 4-year university. That's one option. Another option is to do a certificate degree, which would be 2 years. And the final option, again, would be the traditional university degree of up to 4 years. And we can assist with all of that. Again, the pathway structure is a little bit different. So we have pre-pathway, which is for students who do not have the required level of English, and we will focus on bringing up your level of English in grammar, vocabulary, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Then you would enter the first stage of pathways, which is where you will build foundations in your skills and move a little bit towards academic preparation for university students. And the final stage would be looking at techniques and lectures, but again, with all of a focus in English. We can take students any day of the year, but this is to give you a guide on how the terms would work. At Oxford International, as part of your centres, or your centres as part of Oxford International, we do offer a guarantee. If you do not progress according to our level guide, we would offer you free additional classes and support for free. And we also offer free academic classes for our pathway students, which will help students who are not on track to achieve as they would otherwise like, or for students to improve the rate, so learn faster. A few benefits of us is that we do offer very small groups focusing on the needs of each student. We can do supervised homework with teachers. You can meet regularly with your teacher to ensure you're progressing as you like. And we do offer workshop sessions as well as exam preparation. That covers our higher education section as part of Oxford International Group. Again, my name is Farah. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions, and thank you.